Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, tired but unable to drift off? The house is quiet. Everyone is asleep, but your mind is still awake, wandering through old memories, worries, or just that familiar silence. You turn from side to side. You adjust the blanket. You close your eyes again and again, hoping maybe this time it'll finally come, sleep. If you know that feeling, you're not alone. As we get older, falling asleep no longer feels simple. It stops being automatic. It starts needing patience and sometimes help. Sleep changes with age. It becomes lighter, shorter, more fragile. The mind doesn't slow down as easily. The body wakes up more often. And while many turn to sleeping pills for a solution, you may have started to wonder, isn't there another way? A softer way, a more natural way to fall asleep, without waking up feeling foggy, groggy, or dependent. If you're listening to this now, it's probably because a part of you is tired, not just in the body, but in the soul. Tired of long nights, tired of trying everything, tired of feeling like deep, peaceful rest is something far away. But what if the answer isn't a bottle? What if it's on your plate? You see, scientists now understand something that ancient wisdom always hinted at. The food you eat in the evening, the way you nourish your body before bed, it can either invite sleep gently or chase it away without you even knowing. There are foods that work with your body, not against it. Foods that support your brain's chemistry, soothe your nervous system, and gently help your natural sleep rhythms return. No harsh chemicals, no side effects, just calm, comfort, and rest. In this video, we're going to explore 5 simple, powerful foods that can help you sleep better, naturally. These aren't exotic ingredients. You don't need a fancy diet. You don't need to count calories or fast. You just need to listen and maybe try one new thing tonight. Whether you're someone who wakes up too often or someone who just wants to fall asleep without the tossing and turning, what you're about to hear might be exactly what your body has been asking for. So stay with me until the end, because each one of these foods has a gentle secret. And by the time we're done, you'll know how to turn your evening meal into a lullaby. And perhaps tonight, for the first time in a long time, you'll feel sleep arriving like a quiet wave, steady, soft, and natural. If you find this topic close to your heart, if you've been searching for more peace in your evenings, subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't just talk about health. We speak about healing, about slowing down, about finding your rhythm again after 60, 70, or beyond. So make yourself a warm drink, take a breath, and let's begin. Because these 5 foods might not just help you sleep. They might change the way you feel in your own body every night. The connection between food and sleep. Before we talk about the specific foods, let's take a quiet step back. Let's ask a question no one taught us to ask in school. What does food have to do with sleep? Because for most of our lives, we've been told sleep is a matter of willpower. Just go to bed earlier, they say. Close your eyes and relax. But you and I both know it's not that simple, especially not with age. The truth is, your body is not a machine that turns off with a switch. It's a living, breathing orchestra, and every system inside you needs to work in harmony for sleep to come. Your digestion, your hormones, your nervous system, even your emotions. And at the center of this delicate balance is what you eat. See, when you eat a meal, you're not just feeding hunger. You're sending messages to your brain. You're influencing chemicals like serotonin and melatonin, the very ones that help you feel calm, safe, and ready to rest. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone, but it doesn't come from nowhere. Your body makes it from tryptophan, from magnesium, from nutrients you get in your food. When those building blocks are missing, sleep struggles to arrive. But when they're present, sleep begins to flow again, quietly, like a stream returning to its course. Now, there's another truth. As we grow older, our bodies change, and the way we process food changes too. What once nourished us at 30 might no longer be enough at 70. We absorb fewer nutrients. We feel full faster. Our appetite shifts, sometimes subtly, sometimes suddenly. And if we don't adjust gently with those changes, we may unknowingly be starving the very parts of us that keep us balanced. Many people assume insomnia is just part of aging, that it's something you have to accept. But the truth is, in many cases, it's a quiet signal from the body. I need something more. I need something different. I need your care. And food, real, whole, simple food, can be that care. But not just any food. Some foods energize us. Some make us alert. Some cause our blood sugar to spike and crash, leaving us restless, anxious, or wide awake at 2 a.m. Others do the opposite. They soothe. They calm. They tell your nervous system, it's safe now. You can let go. And tonight, I want to show you 5 such foods. 5 gentle companions that, when eaten in the evening, can ease you into deeper, more restful sleep. Without the need for pills, without side effects, and without forcing anything. Because your body doesn't need to be forced to sleep. It needs to be invited. And food is one of the most loving invitations we can offer. So as we begin this journey through each food, I invite you to think of this not as a diet tip, but as a kind of evening ritual, a way of whispering to your body, you are safe, you are supported, you can rest now. And if you've tried everything else, maybe it's time to try something that's been with you all along, waiting quietly in your kitchen. In the next segment, we'll start with one small, fuzzy fruit that holds a surprisingly powerful secret for sleep. A fruit you've probably walked past many times in the store, but tonight, it just might help you find the peace your body has been longing for. Let's begin. Kiwi, a natural melatonin booster. Let me tell you about a small fruit. Fuzzy on the outside, bright green on the inside, soft, sweet, with tiny black seeds that seem to whisper childhood. Kiwi. At first glance, it seems unremarkable. Just another fruit among many. But sometimes it's the quietest things that carry the most power. In the last decade, researchers began studying kiwi not as a snack, but as a natural sleep aid. And what they discovered surprised even them. In one study, participants, many of them struggling with insomnia, were asked to eat 2 kiwis an hour before bed. No medication, no other changes. Just 2 little fruits, every evening, and after just 4 weeks, their sleep improved dramatically. They fell asleep faster, by nearly 35%. They slept longer, up to an hour more each night. And perhaps most importantly, they felt rested in the morning. No drowsiness, no fog, just real, nourishing sleep. Why does it work? Because kiwi is more than just a fruit. It's a tiny pharmacy from nature. It's rich in serotonin, the very neurotransmitter that helps calm the mind and transition the brain into sleep mode. Serotonin is the quiet builder of melatonin, and kiwi helps the body make more of both naturally. But that's not all. Kiwi is also filled with antioxidants, especially vitamin C and E, which protect the brain from stress and inflammation. And it's one of the few fruits that contains folate, a nutrient often lacking in older adults. Folate supports mood, memory, and deep restorative sleep. In short, kiwi is like a lullaby for your nervous system. Gentle, natural, and just enough to guide you toward rest without pushing. Now, let's talk practically. How do you eat it? Simple. You can eat 1 or 2 fresh kiwis an hour before bed, sliced on a small plate, added to a fruit salad, or blended with a bit of yogurt for a calming evening smoothie. If peeling them feels like too much, just cut them in half and scoop the inside with a spoon, like nature's own dessert. The key is to make it part of a ritual, not a rule. Let it be a quiet moment, a way of saying to yourself, this is my time now, my time to unwind, my time to rest. And here's the beauty of it. Kiwi doesn't knock you out. It doesn't sedate. It doesn't numb you like a pill. Instead, it invites your body to remember what it already knows. How to rest, how to recover, how to sleep deeply and gently the way you once did. If you've been feeling disconnected from your sleep, if your nights feel too long, too loud in the mind, start with something small. Start with kiwi. It may seem simple, even silly, that a piece of fruit could help you rest. But maybe that's exactly what makes it beautiful. That something as soft and sweet as this can quietly guide you back to yourself. And if it doesn't work overnight, don't give up. Healing takes time. Balance takes patience. But each night is a new opportunity to try again. In the next segment, we'll meet another gift from nature, a deep red fruit with a history as rich as its color, one that holds within it the very hormone of sleep itself, and perhaps the missing piece in your nighttime peace. Let's go there together. Tart cherries, nature's source of melatonin. There's a tree, old, generous, and full of quiet gifts. In spring, it blossoms softly. In summer, it gives us its treasure, small, red jewels with a taste between sweet and sour. Tart cherries. You may remember them from childhood. A warm pie cooling by the window. A bowl of cherries in your grandmother's kitchen. A tree in someone's yard, heavy with fruit. But this isn't just a fruit of memory. It's a fruit of healing. You see, tart cherries, especially the deep red Montmorency variety, are one of the richest natural sources of melatonin ever found. Yes, that same hormone your body produces to regulate sleep. That gentle chemical signal that says it's time to rest now. As we age, our natural melatonin levels decrease. That's one reason why sleep gets lighter and more elusive. But tart cherries can help refill that well. In a 2012 study, participants drank a glass of tart cherry juice twice a day, morning and evening, for just 1 week. And what happened? They began sleeping longer, up to 84 minutes more sleep each night. Not drugged, not sedated, just naturally deeper, fuller rest. What's even more remarkable is how cherries help. First, the melatonin, but also tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin, the calming neurotransmitter that leads to melatonin. A quiet chain reaction, starting with fruit, ending in peace. Second, anthocyanins. These are powerful antioxidants, responsible for the cherry's deep red color. They reduce inflammation in the brain and body, a key factor in poor sleep. Less inflammation means fewer disruptions, fewer night wakings, more tranquility. It's like the body says, "Thank you, I can breathe again." Now you might wonder, how do I use them? You don't need much, just a small ritual. A glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice in the evening. About 100 to 120 milliliters is enough. Sip it slowly, maybe with dim lights and soft music. Let it be a signal to your nervous system. We are winding down now. If you prefer whole fruit, a small handful of dried tart cherries works just as well. You can also mix them into warm oatmeal, sprinkle them on a yogurt bowl, or enjoy them with a few walnuts for a sleep-supporting evening snack. And if you live where tart cherries aren't easy to find fresh, don't worry. Frozen, dried, or in juice form, they carry the same power as long as they're real and unsweetened. Now, let me speak to your heart for a moment. Sometimes, when sleep won't come, it's not just a physical thing. It's emotional. It's grief we haven't spoken, worry we still carry, memories that arrive at night like whispers we never invited. Tart cherries won't erase those feelings, but they can create a space, a softer place inside the body where those feelings don't keep you awake, where your breath slows, where your heart quiets, and where you can fall into rest even with a heavy soul. So tonight, instead of reaching for another tablet, reach for something that comes from the earth, something that has ripened under the sun, something ancient and kind. Tart cherries are not a cure, but they are a companion, one that gently tells your body, you are safe. You can rest now. And if you make them part of your evening rhythm, alongside stillness and softness and care, you may just find that your nights begin to change. In the next part of our journey, we'll turn to something even simpler, a fruit you've seen 1,000 times, but never thought of as medicine. It's yellow, curved, comforting, and inside, it hides the very minerals your muscles and your heart need to truly let go. The next fruit is one you've probably seen 1,000 times. No fancy name, nobody hidlain, just a gentle, yellow curve sitting quietly in your kitchen bowl. The banana, simple, familiar, and yet quietly powerful. It's easy to overlook, too common, too ordinary, too everyday. But sometimes the most healing things in life don't arrive with fanfare. They arrive quietly, like a soft voice at the end of a long day, saying, "It's okay. You can rest now." Bananas are more than just a sweet bite. They're a natural source of magnesium and tryptophan, two of the most essential elements your body needs to relax, restore, and find balance before sleep. Let's begin with magnesium. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. It plays a vital role in calming your nervous system, lowering cortisol, your body's main stress hormone, and relaxing your muscles. As we age, magnesium levels in the body tend to decline, partly due to digestion slowing down and partly because stress uses it up faster than we realize. And when magnesium runs low, we feel it. Tension in the shoulders, restless legs at night, tightness in the chest, worry that just won't turn off, even when the lights do. Bananas offer a gentle dose of this mineral, wrapped in natural sweetness, enough to ease physical tension, slow a racing heart, and invite the body to soften. Then there's tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your brain produce serotonin, which later becomes melatonin, the hormone responsible for healthy sleep cycles. Tryptophan isn't made by the body, we have to get it from food. And bananas, surprisingly, are one of the best fruit-based sources. Serotonin stabilizes your mood. Melatonin helps you sleep. And together, they create a bridge between your busy mind and a quiet night. That's why bananas are so much more than a snack. They are nature's gentle mood stabilizer, a fruit that relaxes muscles, calms nerves, and softens the mind. And the beauty is, they're easy. You don't need a recipe. You don't need to cook or prepare. You simply peel and eat. Simple ways to enjoy bananas before bed. Eat a ripe banana as an evening snack, about 1 hour before bedtime. Slice it and enjoy with a spoonful of natural peanut butter or a small piece of dark chocolate. Blend it into a warm smoothie with plain yogurt, a pinch of cinnamon, and maybe some oats, a comforting, sleep-friendly drink. Or mash it into oatmeal for a magnesium-rich bowl of quiet nourishment. You see, eating well before sleep isn't about rules. It's about rhythm. It's about listening to what your body asks for: warmth, softness, safety. And bananas offer all three. Now, let me tell you something deeper. For many people, the hardest part of sleep isn't closing the eyes. It's letting go. Letting go of the thoughts from a day. Letting go of the tension in the body. Letting go of the quiet fears that sometimes grow louder at night. And it's here, in this hidden space between day and sleep, that the banana can become more than just food. It becomes a signal to the body. You are fed. You are safe. You don't need to carry anything more tonight. To the mind, you've done enough. You are enough. To the heart, it's okay to rest. Because in the end, sleep is not something you force. It's something you allow. You don't push your body to sleep, you invite it. You don't chase rest. You prepare for it, like you would for a guest you care deeply about. And a banana, as small and humble as it may seem, can be part of that invitation. There's a softness to it, a tenderness, something almost childlike, like a warm blanket or a lullaby. So tonight, if the house is quiet but your thoughts are loud, if your muscles are tired but your breath feels stuck, if you just want a little help finding the edge of sleep, try banana. No pressure, no expectation, just a small, calm ritual to say, I'm ready to rest. And maybe that small act of care will be enough. Because sometimes healing starts not with something new, but with something we already have. In the next part of our journey, we'll turn to food not from the orchard, but from the forest. Rich, earthy, and full of ancient strength. A food with deep roots that not only supports sleep, but nourishes the very core of your brain and heart. Let's walk there gently. The next fruit, though we don't often think of it as such, grows quietly in the shelter of tall, whispering trees. It doesn't shine like an apple or perfume the air like a peach. It's hidden, wrapped in a shell, covered in earth, waiting to be opened. The walnut, a fruit of the forest and a treasure of the soul. Rough on the outside, soft on the inside, much like many of us in later years. Wiser, stronger, quieter. But within that small shell lies something extraordinary. Walnuts contain a powerful trio of sleep-supporting nutrients: melatonin, tryptophan, and omega-3 fatty acids. Let's begin with melatonin, the hormone your body naturally releases when it's time to wind down. It tells your brain, the day is over. Prepare for rest. As we grow older, melatonin production naturally decreases. And so, sleep becomes lighter, more interrupted. The body forgets its rhythm. But walnuts gently remind it. They don't flood your system. They whisper. They offer just enough melatonin to encourage the body to remember. That night is for stillness. Then there's tryptophan, an amino acid, the same one found in bananas and cherries. But in walnuts, it comes with a companion. Healthy fats, which help your body absorb and use it more effectively. Tryptophan becomes serotonin. Serotonin becomes melatonin. And your body, once again, begins its evening descent into rest. But perhaps the most remarkable gift of walnuts is their omega-3 fatty acids, especially alpha-linolenic acid, ELA, a plant-based omega-3 that supports brain health. And why is that important for sleep? Because a restless brain cannot sleep. A mind full of inflammation, tension, or anxiety stays awake, even when the eyes close. Omega-3s calm the brain. They protect it. They stabilize circadian rhythms, the internal clock that tells your body when to be alert and when to surrender. In a way, walnuts act as guardians of this rhythm, nourishing the mind, softening the mood, and bringing back the balance many of us lose with age. So how do you welcome them into your evening? It's simple. A small handful, around 6 to 8 walnut halves, enjoyed in the early evening, perhaps an hour or two before bed. That's all. You can eat them on their own, slowly, thoughtfully, or add them to a small bowl of yogurt. Sprinkle them on a warm porridge, or pair them with dried tart cherries, combining 2 sleep allies in one calming moment. And it's not just the nutrients they carry, it's the ritual they create. Because something happens when you sit quietly, hold a few walnuts in your palm, feel their shape, their texture, their warmth after being held. You slow down. You breathe deeper. You return gently to your body. And that's perhaps the greatest secret of walnuts. They don't just feed the brain. They bring you back to yourself. Let me tell you something I've learned with time. As we age, sleep becomes more than just rest. It becomes a mirror. It shows us where we're holding on too tightly, where we're not nourishing ourselves, where we're longing not just for sleep, but for peace. And you won't find peace in a pill bottle. You won't find it in late night scrolling or in trying to fix sleep like a broken machine. You'll find it in presence, in rhythm, in foods that carry the memory of balance, of seasons, of earth. Walnuts are part of that memory. They're not a quick fix, but they are a quiet, steady support. And the more you welcome them into your evenings, not as medicine, but as a friend, the more your body begins to remember its own wisdom. So, tonight, if you're looking for something to steady you, to ground you, to help you fall not just into sleep, but into softness, let be a small handful of walnuts. No more, no less, not to solve sleep, but to support it, to offer your body what it has quietly needed all along. In our final segment, we'll step away from food and into ritual, into a warm cup filled with stillness, and a flower that has been soothing hearts for thousands of years. Let us go there together, slowly, gently, one sip at a time. The next thing you need to try is not something you chew, it's something you sip. Warm, gentle, and timeless. Tamomiletea, not just a drink, but a ritual. A soft exhale at the end of a long day. A quiet place between the noise of the world and the silence of night. For centuries, people across cultures have turned to chamomile in the evening. And not just for its flavor, but for how it makes you feel. Soft, grounded, more like yourself. You see, chamomile isn't just a soothing bedtime tradition. It's supported by science too. It contains a natural compound called apigenin, a gentle plant chemical that binds to certain receptors in the brain, not to sedate you, but to reassure you, to calm the nervous system and quiet the mind. Unlike sleeping pills that force the body into unconsciousness, chamomile invites sleep. It whispers rather than commands, and that whisper is often all we need. Think of it this way. Your mind is like a river. All day long, it flows thoughts, worries, tasks, memories, questions, and at night, it struggles to slow down. But pour yourself a cup of chamomile. Sit quietly, breathe in its soft, floral scent, and suddenly, the river begins to ease. Not because you've stopped it, but because you've let it rest. Chamomile tea helps relax both the mind and the body. Thanks to apigenin, it eases anxiety, lowers stress hormones, and allows the muscles to release tension. It supports digestion, calming the stomach that might otherwise disturb your sleep. And it prepares the entire system for rest. Not with force, but with permission. That's why this tea is especially helpful in older age. As we grow older, our evenings can feel heavier. There's more to remember, more to feel, and sometimes more to grieve. Chamomile doesn't take that away, but it makes space for it. Space for gentleness. Space for slowness. Space for you. So, how do you bring it into your evening? It's simple. Brew 1 cup of chamomile tea about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. You can use dried flowers or a tea bag. Both hold the same essence. Pour hot water over the chamomile. Let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. Cover it while it steeps to keep the healing oils in. And then just sit. Not with your phone, not in front of a screen, but with yourself. Let this become your ritual. Light a candle. Turn off the overhead lights. Maybe sit near a window or wrap yourself in a blanket. No pressure. No agenda. Just you and a warm cup. If you'd like, you can add a touch of honey or a slice of apple on the side. Not for the flavor, but for the comfort. And if your mind still races, that's okay. Don't force it to stop. Just breathe. Sit. Allow. Let the apigenin work quietly. Let the warmth move through your chest. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw loosen, your hands rest. You don't need to do anything. You've already done enough. Chamomile tea is not a cure. It's not a solution. It's an invitation. An invitation to come home to yourself. To tell your body, you are safe now. To tell your thoughts, you can rest. And perhaps to tell your heart, you are not alone tonight. You see, we often look for complex answers to simple needs. But the most profound comforts are often the smallest. A warm drink, a few quiet minutes, a soft aroma in the air, the weight of the day slowly dissolving into stillness. So tonight, make space for chamomile. Let it mark the end of the day gently. Let it be your permission to release. Let it be your reminder that peace doesn't come from doing more, but from being still. And if you do this night after night, not as a habit, but as an offering, you may find that sleep no longer has to be chased. It comes softly because you made room for it. This is not about magic. This is about rhythm, about nourishing the nervous system in a world that so often demands too much. So pour yourself a cup. And if you're already holding one, pause now, take a breath, and sip slowly, kindly, like you're giving yourself back to yourself. This is your time. And sleep, true, healing sleep, is just a breath away. Understand? Underscore. And now, dear listener, we've reached the end of this journey through 5 simple, natural ways to invite sleep. You don't need all of them at once. Maybe start with one, then another. Let unfold like nightfall, slowly, naturally with grace. And if this voice has kept you company, if these words have touched something soft in you, consider subscribing. Because here, we don't chase sleep. We return to it, with care, with wisdom, with love. Let your next night be gentle, and your morning truly rested. And now, we've arrived at the quiet end of this path. 5 simple gifts, from earth, from tree, from cup, each offering their own gentle way back to rest. Kiwi, tart cherries, banana, walnuts, tamomilete. None of them are magic. None of them knock you out. They don't silence your thoughts like medication. They don't override your body's wisdom. Instead, they listen to it. Each one supports sleep in its own unique way. Kiwi, with its serotonin and antioxidants, setting the mind at ease. Tart cherries, rich in natural melatonin, guiding the body back into rhythm. Bananas, bringing magnesium and tryptophan, softening the muscles, calming the heart. Walnuts, deeply nourishing the brain with omega-3s and steadying your internal clock. Chamomile tea with apigenin, inviting your nervous system into stillness with every sip. And together, they don't force sleep, they prepare the ground for it. Because true rest doesn't begin when the eyes close. It begins earlier, in the small choices, in the way we treat ourselves when the day ends, in the messages we send to the body. You're not in danger. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're simply tired, and it's okay to rest. Each of these foods helps you return to that message, slowly, kindly. And no, you don't eat all of them. There's no strict rule. There's no perfect combination. This is not a prescription. It's an invitation to experiment with tenderness. Try this one: a banana in the evening, a small handful of walnuts before brushing your teeth, a warm cup of chamomile tea while the house grows quiet. Or combine two: cherry juice and kiwi, walnuts and banana, tea and stillness. Let your body respond. Let it guide you. Because the answer you're seeking isn't in a bottle. It's in your rhythm, your nervous system, your breath, and most of all, in your attention. We've forgotten how to prepare for sleep. We rush. We scroll. We wait for exhaustion to hit like a wall. But what if instead we returned to the way our ancestors prepared for rest? Soft light, simple food, a warm drink, no pressure, just quiet rituals that remind the body. Night is here. It's time to let go. Because the goal isn't just sleep. The goal is peaceful sleep. The kind that heals. The kind that holds you. The kind you wake from and feel whole. So, if you're listening to this and thinking, but I've tried everything, let this be your gentle reminder. Sometimes the most powerful shifts come from the smallest changes. Not dramatic, not immediate, but deep and real. And remember, your path to sleep is your own. What soothes one person may not soothe another. That's okay. Listen, notice, allow. Let these foods become part of your rhythm, not as a task, but as a kindness. Because you deserve to fall asleep, not from exhaustion, but from comfort, from care, from the feeling of being held by yourself, by the night, by the wisdom of the body. And now, dear listener, I want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these foods before bed? What helps you fall asleep? Naturally, gently? Leave a comment below and share your experience. You never know who might read your words and find their own healing in them. This space is not just about advice. It's about community. We're in this together. And if this video has spoken to you, even softly, subscribe to the channel. Here, we speak to those who are tired, not just in body, but in soul. We offer calm, care, and quiet guidance for those seeking peace in the second half of life. So stay with us. Let's keep walking this gentle path. One evening, one breath, one step at a time. And tonight, may your sleep be easy. May your body feel safe. May your dreams be light. You are not alone. You're not too late. And you're already on your way to rest.